Welcome back, everyone, to HNBS TV. Big up yourself if you don't know. Thank you for clicking on that link. Please continue to support this channel, like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments. Let me know what type of videos you would like to see in the future. We're here. Um, Without any further ado, we're going to start our session. I know it's been a while since we've been on here. First, we give all praises, honor, and glory to the God of our forefathers, Abraham, so the elder right there, Isaac, so the minister right there, and Jacob, of course, our bishop is right there. Give all praises, glory, and honor to the God of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who we call Yahweh. I know some people call him God, right? So we just call him God, but we call the name of the Most High. We're not taking his name in vain. We're not spoiling his reputation, right? We're calling on his name, right? And we do so in his son name, who the word called Jesus Christ, who we call Yahweh Shai, the Paleo Hebrew, Yeshua in the biblical or modern Hebrew, right? Yeshua Mashiach. So yeah, we're here to just do some reading today. We're going to try to read some of this Hebrew that you see here uh, just for fun. And I want to see if I could do a little thing where I can show you guys one, two, one, and try to help out people who would like to take it up and try to do a little one, two thing, So, might be a little long video today, and hopefully you get something out of it by the time this day is done, right? So I'm going to do a little reading, and then we're just going to transition over and then try to see if we can try to at least pronounce some words when we see it in the Hebrew, right? So this is chapter 1. So Hebrew Alephbet consists of 23 consonants or letters. It is written from right to left, and that's the first challenge you're going to have to face when reading this language, is understanding that it's written from right to left and not left to right if you're an English speaker. The first step in learning Hebrew requires that you memorize the alphabet in order. It would, just like any other language, you want to understand the grammar and everything, but first you have to do it basically the same way you would teach your child. You teach your child 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, stuff like that. This is how you, no matter how grown you are, that you have to, there's certain steps you just can't skip in life. You know what I mean? You will also want to learn the names of the letters, which is not, when you're beginning, when you're just starting out, it's not a must. You want, the sounds are more important than the actual names, right? Keep that in mind. How each letter is pronounced, that's more important, and the transliteration value of each, and that's also important. So this first letter here, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse point. Yes, you can. It's called Aleph, and usually, it's silent. It lost the sound, so it's silent. You'll learn what that is if you continue to pick this up and study. You will learn what's going on there. This other letter here is bait. Sometimes can be bait if it doesn't have the dot in the middle, but that's all right. Just say bait for now. Bait, it makes a B sound as in boy. This is called Gimel. It makes the G sound as in God. This is not the name of God, but just God in general. This is Dalet. Make the D sound as in day. And this is Hey. Makes the H sound as in hey. Oh, what's up? Right? Let's see. How do I skip the next one here? Okay. So next one would be the wow. It makes a w sound as in way. The Zion, it makes a z sound as in Zion, right? The het, yeah, that one, the het. That one we're not sure, we're not used to that sound, right? But it takes a lot of practice. The het don't hack and spit on nobody, but that's just the sound it makes, all right? The het as in Bach, right? That one's gonna be a fun one for you. The tet as in toy, the yod as in y for yes, the kaf and sometimes the cough is a little deeper as well too, like half, because this one also have two sounds, right? K as in king, the lamed, l as in lion, right? Let's go almost there. Mem, m as in mother, nun, n as in now, n. Samek, s as in sin. Ayin is also silent, so we have two letters that is silent. Salak, let me try to see if I can go back here. Ayin is also silent. So Aleph and Ayin, they're silent letters, right? Pay, p, as in pastor. This letter also goes as an F sound, f, as in Frank, right? Uh, if there's no dot in the middle. Sadi, so this makes a TS sound, t, as in boots. And then you got the kuf, that makes a k sound as in king, right? Reish makes a r sound, and this reish is a little bit more running than the English race that English R, right? Reish, I'm still practicing it as in run. Sin as in sin. Shin. So these two letters they look alike, they exactly alike, except for the dot. That's one is on the left side and one is on the right side. When it's on the right side, it's an sh sound. When it's on the left side, it's an s sound, like Samek. Tau makes a T sound as in toy, right? So that's the introduction to the Alephbet. Now we're going to see if we can try to do some reading. But before that, we need something else. We need some vowels because just like in other languages, you need vowels so you can, open up your mouth and make those pronunciation of word speaking, right? So there was many different vowel system. The one that really got stuck is called the Tiberian Nicode system, right? Which this came about by Mezarites, right? So I'm not going to go into all of that history right now, but you can look up the Mezarites and you can look up who created the Nicode system. You get the information there. So you have five vowel class, just like in English. You have A, E, I, O, U in English, right? You have five vowel class in Hebrew as well too. Now you have reduce, you have short vowel, just like you have English have short vowel. English don't have reduce, but it has short vowel. Long vowel, English have long vowel, right? And this is what it sounds like. So the thing is, you don't have to get confused by these, right? Because, oops, let's try to go back here a little bit. All the A class vowels sound like ah. That's it. So whether it's reduced, whether it's short, or whether it's long, it's gonna be ah. Easy peasy. Not A, but ah. And that's another difference, right? And all the E class vowel goes eh. Well, not all. There's a slight difference when you're pronouncing, let's say, this one versus this one. This one is more of an A sound, while this one is an E sound. These two here will go E. These two here will go A. Like, hey, what are you doing? Right. These two here is an I class, so E and longer E sound, right? Um, and when you come down here now don't worry about this one looking like this one. Don't worry about that. This one here doesn't occur as often as this one. So whenever you see this, just assume that is A. Just say ah. Okay, there are rules that will describe and explain to you the difference. But don't worry about all that right now. We're not here for that. We just want to read, right? So whenever you see this one, just say O. These are the O class, right? And sometime when you see this, depending on where it is, it's going to say O as well. That's grammar. You will learn that if you get serious in learning this stuff. And if you see a dot above, now the Aleph is just sitting here to show you, to illustrate where these vowels will be placed, these Nikud dots, right? It is understood that the Masoretes, when they came up with this system, they didn't want to tamper with the text, so they write the dots in and around the letters, okay, to preserve the language, to help us as foreigners, as people who are just learning, student babes, how to speak, how to read, okay. So if you see a dot above one of the letters that we just went through, it's an O sound. And sometimes you will see the wow, it can stand in, what should I say? If the wow is there, if there's a dot over it, it's going to be an O sound. If the wow is there and there's a dot in the middle of it, it's going to be a U sound. Now, what I just said, once you start learning, you're going to learn more about what I just said. But, this is just a freshman, real quick thing. You know what I mean? Hold on a second, I didn't stop my timer. I don't want to sit here all day talking. So, hold on a second. All right. Okay, so that's your O class vowel, and these are your U class vowels. So this is called, I don't want to tell the names and stuff like that, but if you see three dots underneath a letter going this way, that's a U. And if you see one here beside the vowel, that's a U as well. I ain't going to tell you the name of these to confuse you. Just know ah, these are the ah class, eh, these are the eh class, e, these are the e class, o, these are the o class, and u, these are the u class. A, E, O, U. Notice it's not A, E, I, O, U. It's a little bit different, right? So that's something else you gotta learn as well. Let's see what else we can do before jumping into the text. If we can try to pronounce some of these one syllables rather, words. So this is the dalet you saw before that goes d as in day or dog, and this is the o that we're dealing with just now. So d and o will give you do, and then there's another D here. So do and D, dod. Just like that, man. You're speaking Hebrew, man. This is the tet here, and this is the fe, but there's the final fe, so it looks a little bit different. There's 5 letters that when it's at the end, takes a different shape. Like this is the mem, but when it's placed at the end, it takes a different shape, right? This is the sadi, but when it's at the end, it takes a different shape. This is the kaf, the one that look like a backward C. Yeah, that's it, same one right there. Looks different though. Yeah, when it's at the place at the end, it also looks different. So that's fe, kaf, sadi, nun. This is a nun as well too. When the place at the end, it also looks a little bit different. And mem, when placed at the end, it looks a little bit different. I think that's all 5 I got for you. So if you're interested, you can hit me up and we can, help you out there. Or you can just YouTube it. All right. So we find that this one is pronounced dod. This is a tet. This is an A class vowel. It goes ah. Even though it's short, it doesn't matter. Ah, and this is a fe, goes f. So tough. Yeah, tough. Easy. And this is the aleph is silent, but it's going to make the sound of the vowel that presents around it, in and around it. So we see the a here, and there's a veit, v, makes a v sound because it doesn't have the dot in the middle. It goes av. So another thing is when you're reading Hebrew, besides just reading from right to left, you also read consonant, vowel, consonant. That's how you do it. Consonant, vowel, consonant. This here is going to be a vowel because as you can see, you have the dot at the top. Even though on its own it's a letter. But you will learn those stuff too. So Av, and this is m, m, o, mo, al, mo, o, l, mol. You see, easy as that. And this is a pay. It has the dot in the middle, so it goes a p sound. And this is the U that we're looking at. So p and r, pour, pour. Easy like that, man. This is the chet, so ho, hol, hol. This is the gamel, with the patak. I mean, with the yeah, I don't want to start calling names. With the A class vowel, and this is a final nun, right? So a gan. Now, when it comes to this one here, this is a long class I vowel. So chish, chish. Pim, ned, yesh, ech, egg, im, sus, gil, tov. I don't know why it's not tov, but it's tov. Kol, or, shear, and roots. Okay, and that's good. I think that's some good practice. If you was able to catch on and follow along, give yourself a round of applause. Now, I want to just, use what we just practiced with some text. So let's just scoot over to the book of Bereshit. We know we're calling it Genesis based off the Greek name, right? For genealogy, but we call it Bereshit, and you're going to see why. So this is the bait. You never saw this vowel before because it's not really a vowel, but it kind of is. It's called, I don't want to start calling names, but you can say eh. Okay, so be, and we already know this is a. So be, re, you know this is silent. You know this goes sh and I, t, sheet, Bereshit. And that's why we call this book Bereshit. It's one of the first statement of the chapter, right? Which means in beginning. Okay, so in the beginning, that's what we call the book of Genesis in the Hebrew. Okay, so we're gonna see, and I'm not that versed in this thing, as a matter of fact, so I'm gonna trip up on some of this word. I think I've read this whole chapter in Hebrew maybe once. Okay, and I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do all of that in this video, but we're gonna see, because I don't want my videos to be too long. I'm gonna see how much we can get done, right? And let me know if you like this or not. So we're gonna say Bereshit bara. Easy. E lo, because if you want, we can also go back to our chart, right? And remember, make sure you write some of these things down so that you can always go back to reference. I mean, whenever you start your journey to read, you need this with you, and also the alphabet, maybe or maybe not, but definitely use these as well. These vowels, these nickel dots, to help you. All right, let's get them. Elohim, Elohim. So this is a word for God, right? This is not the Most High's name. This is just a word for God, or a title. Eight. Another time we'll talk about eight. Hashamayim. Hashamayim. Right? What eight, or you could say we eight, because this is kind of like a eh sound. Sometimes, sometimes I like to use it like an ah sound, but next video. We eight. Haaretz. 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 We haaretz. Haita. 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 Tohu. Tohu. Wavohu. Wehoshek. Wehoshek. Al Penei. Al. See? Al. Remember, the ayin is silent, but it takes the sound off that short vowel, A class vowel that's there. Al Penei. Tehom. te hom, where ruach. Now, another lesson will teach you why we get ruach and not where rucha. Another lesson would help you understanding the patak fortiv, the fortiv patak, which means this patak you pronounce it before the straight, their rules, right? So you can learn all of that good stuff as well too. Ruach, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Elohim merah chefet al penei hamayim. Wayomer Elohim yehi or slack wayehi or. Mm-hmm. Why now this that again too you'd have to learn why I'm saying why yeah and not just why yeah. Why yeah why yeah Elohim ate haor ki tov waye wayev dil or del wayev del Elohim ben haor uven hachoshek. Waikra Elohim. So you see what I'm using this yod here twice. That's why you get in the y. So waik waikra Elohim laor yom welahoshek kara welahoshek kara laila laila why he erev why he boker yom echad. I think it's good to stop there. That was the first day creation. So it might be good to just stop right there. Hopefully somebody learned something from this. Leave your comments, thoughts, and everything. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever way you would like to do it. But just thought I would just post something. It's been a while. And I just started back my Hebrew course to help our congregation out. And stuff. So I just thought I would just share with you guys as well and here who subscribe to this channel. So peace and shalom, Shabbat shalom to everyone, who are